What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Call of Duty video. It feels good to be saying that. If you guys don't know, I've pretty much posted on almost every Call of Duty since I started the channel. I don't post a whole lot of videos on Call of Duty, but I've been playing the game since Call of Duty World at War like over a decade ago. So I was pretty excited to find out that we are getting a 2v2 alpha to play this weekend. I pretty much played it all last night, and I played it some more today to get some video for you guys. And this video is pretty much just going to be my review of the 2v2 alpha. Now, before I head into what I like and dislike about the alpha, I do want to say that this is just an alpha and it is only the 2v2 game mode. So some things I liked might be not as good in the beta, and some things I dislike might be fixed by the beta. So we can't really judge the game as a whole based off of this one tiny game mode, you know what I'm saying? So by no means is this a full comprehensive review of Modern Warfare. This isn't like buy it versus don't buy it. This is just what I thought of the alpha and the 2v2 game mode. Now overall, I gotta be honest with you guys, that's how I felt about the alpha. There definitely were some things I liked about it, but I think unfortunately this review is going to be like overall negative, and I hate to say that, and a lot of you guys might just be like, oh, he's just hating on Call of Duty, that's the trend, everybody likes to piss on Call of Duty, but I've actually enjoyed a lot of the past Call of Duties, even some that people hate, and I tend to be optimistic when it comes to Call of Duty. Even Infinite Warfare, there were some things I liked about it, and this is coming from somebody that loved Black Ops 4, and I genuinely loved Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Now, I haven't played in a couple months. I heard it's been like overrun with microtransactions and stuff, but at launch, and for a little while after launch, Black Ops 4 multiplayer was a lot of fun for me. So it kind of saddens me a little bit to say I wasn't a fan of the alpha. Overall, there were some things I did like, so let me hop into that a little more in detail. First, I'm going to start with the things I did like. I like the high time to kill. It makes for a different play style than, let's say, Black Ops 4. I do like both of them, but I don't mind the high time to kill at all. The guns, like the sounds in-game, I'm not talking about footsteps, I'll get to that in the bad, but the sounds in-game, like the way the guns sound, the music in the game, the ambient music, like if you shoot metal containers, it sounds like it's ricocheting in metal. They did a great job with that. Obviously in 2v2 there's no like kill streaks or anything like that, so there's not a whole lot to go off of. I also like the movement. Sliding around the map feels really good, sliding into cover, hopping over objects, and also I really did enjoy the sniping. I'm not like a huge sniping person, that's not usually what I do in multiplayer, but it feels really good, it feels really accurate in this game, and honestly this might be one of the best Call of Duties for sniping. I really enjoyed. We only had one sniper in the alpha, so I don't have a whole lot to go off of, but that one was really good and I really enjoyed that. The last thing I liked is when you get a match that's really close, it actually feels really intense. My heart was pounding when it was 5-5 and it was match point and there's only 2 people, so your teammate might die, so you might have to clutch up and knock both of your enemies, and that was like really exciting. Those were some really exciting moments in the game. Unfortunately, like not every game was like that. I seem to either a lot of times just destroy the other person and go like 10-2, or like get destroyed by sweats, like going like 2-7. So those matches though that were close were really exciting and I had a lot of fun with those, but that pretty much does it for my positives. Unfortunately, there's a lot more negatives that I really hope they fix and that I want to talk about. So the first thing I want to talk about is the 2v2 game mode as a whole. The random loadouts, like I think it's cool that you get a random gun, but some of the loadouts they were giving were just horrendous. Like, who on earth wants to run around with a shotgun with a sniper scope 2 rounds in a row? I definitely don't. A lot of the guns, some of the guns were cool, but there's some optics and sights that I never touch in Call of Duty. Like, I don't really use holographic sights. The only sight I really like to use is the red dot sight or like a sniper scope on snipers. So when it gives like an ACOG or like this hybrid sight that just zooms in super far on a shotgun or like the pistol, it's kind of annoying. So I don't like the random loadouts. I also don't like the flag at the end. I feel like it gets to that flag like super fast. Like the match goes by so fast, and then it takes like 2 seconds to cap the flag. So if you're on one end of the map and the person gets to the flag, you don't have any time to get there, and then the match just ends. Also, if nobody goes to the flag, I don't like the fact that it just goes to the person with the most health. That's just dumb, in my opinion. It just ends the match by default. If you have more health, you win. If you happen to have less health, you lose. That, like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like there's better ways to do it. Force each other to, like, kill each other. Maybe incorporate something like they've been doing in Battle Royales and just make the map shrink. And if you're in the storm, like, you die. And just make it fast so that you both have to, like, kind of converge. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of options. The 2v2 game mode overall, I'm just not a fan of. That leads me to my next point. The 2v2 maps suck balls. They have to be some of the worst maps I've ever played in my whole life, especially Pine. I was looking on Twitter to see people's thoughts, and people were actually like really positive about the game, but the negative ones all seem to like hold in common that they can't stand Pine. I don't know what is up with this Pine map, but it is garbage. I don't know why, but for me, like all the greenery and stuff, like, and the rocks seem to match the player models. So like I struggle to see people. Like, I don't even know where I get shot half the time I'm getting shot. And it's like, holy shit, how did that guy even see me? I can't even see him physically with my eyeballs. And then that's the other thing, like, you spawn, and then you take, like, you slide over to the right, 1 step, 2 hops this time, and literally you're shot. You can get shot a half second into the match starting and die. Hell, listen to this guy that I was playing against that was sucking. Listen to what he had to say.
This is just not my map, bro, but it's alright.
So that seems to be like a common theme with these maps. Like, in all of them, you can kind of just take 1 step to the right and shoot your enemy. So a lot of my rounds ended 2 seconds. I don't know about you, but that's not a very exciting game of 2v2. I feel like you should be running around and have these intense moments and blah blah blah. Like, it's not intense when you just go boop, dead, and then the round's over because you and your teammate both did that to the other team, or maybe you both died a second into the match. Also, I think the map's called King, maybe, and Speedball. I don't know if the developers were just being lazy, or if they wanted to make these things identical, but there's like almost the identical head glitch spot on both of these maps, and I'll show you them on screen right now. You just walk forward and hop up onto these rubber tires, and then you're head glitched and you can see across the map. It takes like a second into the match. And then over here on Speedball, you just walk like 2 steps over to the right, and it's the same little cutout, except there's cans this time, not tires. They changed it up, fellas. And it's like the same exact head glitch spot. I don't know about you, but that's not very much variety in these maps. It's like the same thing. And maybe it sounds like I'm a stickler, but I feel like these maps could be more creative. There's too many head glitch spots. If you're playing against Sweats, which is like 90% of the games, it's like head glitch ops 7 is what this feels like. Coming up on like one of the last of my complaints is I like the sound, but the footstep sound is horrible. I don't really use very good headphones when I play. Now, I don't really use very good headphones when I play. I don't have a good headset. I probably need to get one, to be honest. But even with my bad headphones, I could never tell. Either I don't hear them at all, and then I just get like shot from right behind me. Never heard anything. Or it sounds like there's footsteps coming from 6 million places, and I'm like, oh, he's way to the right, and then he ends up being to the left. Or he's above me, and then he's like right behind me. Or I'm like above him, and he's like right next to me, and then he ends up being below me. I can't tell at all. And it wasn't just my bad headphones. I played with 3 different friends over the night, and they all use really good headphones, like top of the notch headphones. And they were like, "Where is he? Like, I cannot tell." Like they all said that the sound design was horrible when it comes to footsteps. Nobody knew where anybody was coming from. It was almost worse because you think they're coming from over here, and they turn out to be over here. It was just a huge mess. They need to fix that. That is not part of the 2v2 game mode. That's going to be bad in any game mode, especially like Search and Destroy or something like that. So that needs to get fixed now. Otherwise, that's going to be one extra thing to keep me from playing when the actual game comes out. So we'll see if they fix that in the beta. One of the last things is one of the loadouts they give us has this pistol. It's not the Deagle, it's the other one. I forget what it's called, but it does way less damage. That gun, overall the guns feel pretty balanced, except for that gun, because you have to hit them 45 times apparently for them to die. And like, I understand that it's supposed to be less damage than the Deagle, But it's not like you can fire it very fast either. It like keeps you from firing fast, and it doesn't do very much damage. So either they need to like up the fire rate or the damage. I'm for the fire rate. Just up the fire rate so I can like get my trigger finger out there and you know what I'm saying? But that gun sucks. Overall, the balancing is pretty good besides that gun. But yeah, as of right now, I think the negatives kind of outweigh the positives in my opinion. But that's just for the 2v2 game mode. Like I said, the 6v6, whenever the beta comes out, team deathmatch, domination, it's going to be a whole different story. At least I think so. There's a couple problems like the footsteps that might still be there and annoy me. But I think most of these problems just kind of stem from the 2v2 game mode. Like, I don't like the maps at all. I don't like the game mode, the way it works. I don't like some of the custom loadouts. But for me, that could just be a game mode thing. Maybe I just won't play the 2v2 when the full game comes out. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to judge the full game based on the alpha. But that being said, it didn't really leave a good first impression of the game. I don't think they should have had a 2v2 alpha at all. Just stick with the beta or include 2v2 in the beta or something like that. For a lot of people, it left a bad first impression. A lot of my friends are saying the same thing. Although on Twitter, I did see a lot of positive reviews, so maybe I have an unpopular opinion. Although I think a lot of people do agree that Pine sucks and the footsteps are a problem. Also that the rounds are like stupid short and the game mode, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, guys, that is my thoughts on the alpha. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below. If you agree, let me know in the comments below. Give me a like. If you have something else I didn't mention, let me know. And give this video a like. Let me know if you want to see more Call of Duty. I'll probably definitely do videos on the beta or stream it or something like that. But anyways, hope you guys have a good day. Leave a like, subscribe. See you in the next one.